some of the players walking across the side screen down there, just on their way round, assisting in collection for Gordon Barker. This match is in fact testimonial for Gordon Barker, who's having a benefit with the Essex club this year. Smith bowling a very tidy length there. Hasn't been struck away by either batsman, although the 100 runs just come up. Single brought up the 100 in 62 minutes. Umpire Buller negativing Peel again there. 162 minutes, 151 minutes Essex when they batted. And they can't get Smith away. He's just bowled his second over. He now has none for one, and perhaps Michael Forder might be able to tell me whether or not the first one he bowled was the first maiden of the innings. And Meads also bowled a maiden, so there have been two maidens so far. Leary.
Yes, and the clock is moving along, and the score is sort of going back, and Reid is holding his hand back. He wants to tempt it, but he daren't. I don't know why. But things are moving. Things are not moving fast enough, and they'll have to struggle later on. I'm almost certain.
Yes, there's some interesting cricket because Phelan's bowling very well. He's deceived Reid twice in the flight in the last 2 overs. Livingstone's got that one away. Bear's after it, and he's going to get it. Won't go for 4. It'll only take 2, and Bear's got it. Picks it up beautifully and gets it back in a lovely throw. My word, what a good field this fellow is. Phelan again to Livingstone. Good delivery, spun away. Livingstone's on 29, Reid on 22, 103 for 2. Good bowling out here at the moment. Phelan dropping the ball on the batsman very sharply, and they can't quite get to him. Reid twice has come out to drive and hit him high, and found that he's been so far short of it that he's had to check his stroke. He's done him again with the straight one that Reid had to leave go. 22 overs gone now, 18 overs to go. 122 runs to win off those 18 overs. Reid's tried to punch that away, but he can't get it through Knight at mid-on, and that's the end of Phelan's third over. He has none for 16, only 4 runs off that over. 104 for 2. 23 overs gone, 17 overs to go now. 122 runs to make off 17 overs. Essex for 120, so the Cavaliers are still behind the over rate. Livingstone trying to do something about it there. He's got Smith away for a single. And Reid again trying to get it bowler down the track, but unable to do so. Bowling very well, these Essex bowlers at the moment, keeping these fellows tied down. And Reid's got that away, and he's hit it off the back foot. High and hard over mid-off to the boundary. Takes him under 26, and that's more like it. He's got it again. There'll only be one in this because Enmead has come round very quickly and got the ball back to Smith. Denis Compton due to come in next for the Cavaliers. And Livingstone's got 4 for that. That's away over mid-wicket. They're unable to split the tight infield, so they're forced to hit over the top. And they've done it successfully in this over. Danny Livingstone there, and Taylor keeping wicket. And he's got it away again, and it's 4 more runs, and that's more like it, Leary.
That's it. And this is real forcing the pace because the length is the same as before, and they are now moving a little bit to it and crossing the line, and they're getting the ball away. That is 3 4s and a 1, 13 in this over, and they are picking up the ground.
118 for 2, 16 overs to go. 108 runs needed off 18 overs. Still more than 5 runs an over to make. Phelan still tying John Reid down. Phelan's bowled 3 overs for 16. 7 runs off his first over. 5 off the second and 4 off the third. And again he beat him with a slower ball. This is very good bowling. Very good to watch. To see Reid in the flight again. Faster ball. Still got him tied down. Leary, I'm enjoying this.
Yes, and the shot before, the ball had no turn on it. And Reid was playing for turn, and he could have got an edge to it.
He's hit that, and that is possibly out. No, Pritchard slightly misjudged it, and it went inches over the boundary line. No, umpire Gardner has changed his mind. Inches inside. Just waving a 4 instead of the previous signal that he gave for 6. John Reid getting onto that one better than the others, and Phelan had him tied down. Faster one, he hit that hard and high, and that's 4. Pritchard won't get that. Not all that bad a delivery, quite a good length delivery, but Reid was into position very quickly, lofting it down the ground. 35 Reid. Phelan's pushed him back again, gave it a little bit more air. Some very, very good cricket in that over, Leary.
Yes, that lofted shot over to the onside was a good length ball that he forced with a short arm hook, as it were, and got it away beautifully and away from the fieldsman. It was well placed.
Now it's 126 for 2. Reid, number 4, is 35. He's catching Livingstone, number 2, who is 39. Chasing 225. Exactly 100 runs needed. And 15 overs to go. And at the moment the Cavaliers are only 5 runs behind. Oh, and that's trouble because Livingstone has tried to push that out on the offside. And the ball came on straight and bowled him, but he did play very, very well indeed for his 39. Just going out now, and to take his place will be Denis Compton.
Yes, that ball didn't turn, and Livingstone was looking to place it somewhere with the turn, and it came straight through and bowling. So that really and truly, the straight ball is as destructive a ball as any ball you can bowl. So long as the batsman expects it to do something and it doesn't do that, it's a great ball. And with 5 runs now behind the Essex side on the same number of overs, things are waxing interesting and very warm too. Denis Compton comes. I saw him a fortnight ago make 84, and some of the shots he used to make 15 years ago were made with the elegance and the ease that one would scarcely expect of him at this time. He doesn't practice much, but he's still a great timer of the ball.
What a wonderful player he was when he was with the England side. There it is, a little flick of the hair and the twirl of the bat. The same stance. A little quick single out into the covers. Opens his account and leaves Reid at 35 and the total at 127. Denis Compton and John Reid, the 2 white dots alongside their names. And John Reid has hit that one hard. And that's 4 more runs. It's beaten Bear at deep backward square leg. And that's hit hard, but he's mistued it, and Pritchard's under it, and he's got it at point. Smith delighted to get his first wicket, threw his arms in the air. Pritchard made no mistake with that. John Reid, having made 39 runs and made them pretty well, now on his way out, and his place will be taken by his teammate Bert Sutcliffe. Bert Sutcliffe, great left-hand bat for New Zealand in years gone past. Not so successful on this tour, suffering that injury at Birmingham when he endeavoured to evade one of Freddie Truman's bumpers. Struck on or just behind the ear. Sutcliffe and Compton. Now there's a couple of great names, Larry.
Yes, I saw him play in his best days. What a glorious stroke player he was.
There's the 2 white dots, Denis Compton and Bert Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe the left-hander, Compton the right-hander. Those still to come: Trevor Bailey, Boyce, Sainsbury, Bromfield and White. So there's not a great deal to come, and they still need another 90-odd runs. Although there's only 4 wickets down, it's a side that has a lot of bowling and not quite all that much batting. So a lot depends now on Compton and Sutcliffe, and on Trevor Bailey, of course, coming in at number 7. 132 for 4. 226 needed to win. 6 wickets in hand. 26 overs gone, so there's only 14 overs to go. And Phelan, at the moment, is bowling particularly well. Sutcliffe's got that away for probably 2. They got 1, but they won't go. They're neither as young as they used to be, and it's a lovely throw in from Reid. They may not have crossed if they'd have gone for that. Compton facing Phelan. It's a lovely shot of a great player. The finest players of slow bowling I've ever seen in big cricket. Constantly dancing down the pitch or back on the back foot. And that lovely cut. Only 1 there. Often remembered, of course, for his famous sweep, which is a shot all of his own. And of course for his cut, but in fact had shots all around the wicket and played fast bowling magnificently as well as slow. It's the end of Phelan's 5th over. There's none for 27 at the moment. 91 runs needed and 13 overs to go. So it's 7 and over at the moment. Not the easiest of tasks, and if one of these batsmen goes, then it will be a far more difficult task. Now there's a change of bowling at the other end. Fletcher, the young Essex batsman, who had a good season for the county last year, has been brought on in place of Smith. He bowled 1 over last year and had 1 run taken from it. Bowls leg spinners. Little single. Fletcher bowling and Sutcliffe, New Zealand, the batsman. He's on the spot, only Sutcliffe's got that away, but Pritchard might just cut it off. Yes, he's getting around there to it. Picks it up nicely. It's the end of Fletcher's 1st over. Only 3 runs from it, and this Leary keeps the Cavaliers behind the clock.
Yes, and they have hitters coming in, you know. Boyce hits well, Butch White hits well. The point is now there are 2 people in the wicket who can't run the short runs very quickly, so that they'll have to make shots.
Yes, well, there's DCS Compton standing at the bowler's end. As Phelan bowls to Sutcliffe. Both men, as Leary says, probably looking more for boundaries than quick singles. But they are in fact 22 behind the Essex total at the same stage, same number of overs, and they've got to score at 7 runs and over from now on. Not an easy task. Sutcliffe looking for the stroke off the back foot. Nicely picked up and thrown there by Robin Hobbs. He and Bert have been quite brilliant in the field for Essex. The fielding, in fact, all day has been absolutely magnificent. There he is down the pitch to the spinners. In for two. Bear's picked it up and thrown it. Compton's got to hurry, but he makes it safely. Hands slightly apart on the bat there, an easy stance. Did he go down the pitch this time? No, he's back because it's a good delivery. We might be able to have a look at his footwork. Same footwork that has annoyed bowlers so much over the years. Left foot down, and then the right foot behind. There it is, and beautifully played out to mid-off. The end of Phelan's 6th over, and for 31, and the Cavaliers a fraction further behind the over rate because they needed 7 off that over to keep up the necessary rate, and they only got 4 from it. And it was 177 the Essex score at the same stage in overs, Leary, and at the moment the Cavaliers have only 142.
Denis is conscious of that. This is a leg glance he never played in his best days, and he's after it now. He's coming down the crease.
That's a good shot. Now that's a 6 over mid-off, and that's a very beautifully timed stroke. Sutcliffe hitting through with a free swing at the bat. Nothing cross-bat about that. Ball has gone any sort of distance out of the ground, and they're using another one until it comes back, and Sutcliffe's got that away, and he's beaten the field. Hobbs, anticipating it was going finer and where he was fielding, moved that way, but Sutcliffe wrong-footed him, and this is more like it. That's 10 runs from 2 balls. And he's got it again, and it's 4 more because it was a bit short of a length, and Sutcliffe came back and hooked it very hard. 14 from 3 balls. This is more like it, and this is, of course, is exactly what they've got to do. Now there's a field change here, and a necessary one too. Man going out to deep mid-wicket. Still 4 men on the onside, and that's a wider delivery. Well bowled by Fletcher, trying to get Sutcliffe down to one that he bowled much wider. And there it is again, almost dragged onto his stumps. And that's what he should have done. 157 for 4 now. 1 or 2 good shots in that over, Leary.
The straight drive over mid-off's head was a beautiful shot. He timed it beautifully. And then that hook shot, beautiful shot.
Now Phelan, who has bowled 6 overs of his permitted 9, has gone off, and Knight, who's bowled 3 overs for 19 so far, is back on to bowl to Denis Compton. Still going to bowl his slow-medium off-spinners, but not bowling them well enough because Compton's got that away. A beautiful cut. Ball absolutely flashing off the blade. Compton and Sutcliffe on their shoulders. Just whether or not the Cavaliers can make this 226 runs needed for victory. Denis Compton now facing Knight. It's a nice stroke. A good stroke, but it's no runs because Pritchard's there. It's a quick one, and Hobbs is racing in, but unable to pick the ball up. Yes, he says to his older or younger partner, as the case may be, why not let's take two. They're looking very sprightly for two veterans out there. 163 for 4. Nine overs to go. 9 overs to make 63 runs. So, despite the fact, Leary, that they've been hitting the ball well the last few overs, they've still got to make 7 an over.
And they reduced it tremendously in the over before the last one.
They can't score off that now. The field setting at the moment is 4 men on the offside, 1 slip and 3 others, and 5 on the onside. Scattered away 2 on the fence and 3 close in, trying to save singles. And Bert Sutcliffe, the left-hander, facing Fletcher of Essex. He's got that away, and he's got away for 4 in front of square leg. Takes Sutcliffe now on to 30, 31, 41, 45. Compton might go for 2 here. No. Discretion's the better part of trying to take 2 on Edmead's arm, which is a very, very good one. A lovely throw again. That's 4 runs. Edmead's after, but he can't make it. $172 for 4. And he's hit that high for 4. It won't quite go for 6. Into the crowd, and they're catching up now at the expense of Fletcher, who has bowled 3 overs. He has none for 31, and he's also taking his sweater, which I think is very well timed, Leary.
I think he asked for it as well.
Well now, Sutcliffe, number 3, is 25. 26, Michael Fordham tells me. We've got more trouble with the board. And there's a lovely stroke. Another beautiful flowing swing at the bat. Down the pitch, using his feet to get to the pitch of the spin. Knight, the bowler. Very Knight of Essex in England. Oh, and he's hit it again, and he's quite safe. It's gone over Taylor's head. Beaten it off. Knight giving a little clap there. Taylor not going up in the air for the catch. And Knight almost had him. He was down the track there, but it was just a little bit too far up, and Sutcliffe was able to reach out and smash it through the covers again. 38 Sutcliffe. And he foxed him there by motioning to come down, and Knight dropped it short. He was able to get back and pull it away. Now to Mead, deep square leg. Now Knight to Compton. Let's see if Compton's going to come down the pitch tonight or whether he'll play something off the back foot. Little twirl of the bat. Left foot just moving a little bit. And there's the cut. Beautiful cut. Racing away towards the fence, but it won't get there because Meads has got it and he's thrown it in beautifully again. With the throwing and general fielding has been absolutely first class here today. Compton again, and there it is, and Knight foxed him by bowling a full pitch straight at his chest, but Compton was good enough to get it away. What a roar from the crowd. Compton has the strike again, and it's going to be Hobbs who will take over from Fletcher. 192 for 4, and at the same stage Essex had made 192 for how many, Michael? 192 for 7 Essex after this number of overs, and 192 for 4 the Cavaliers, so it's exactly level pegging now. Compton and Sutcliffe, those two great players of other days, have pulled them up level with the run rate they needed. Well, that was a slightly streaky stroke. But Leary, I can't say that I've got the slightest bit of sympathy with the fielding side because they haven't got a slip at the moment.
So they don't want wickets, they're just saving runs. And I think they ought to have a slip.
Gathered in there by Fletcher in the covers. No slip for a leg spin bowler spinning away from the right-hander. Compton there forced onto the defensive. Hobbs on the spot again. 30 runs needed. And there's a gentle little sweep, and that's going to be 2 runs. Oh no, he won't go for it. Sutcliffe warning him that the fieldsman had it. Saville picking it up very quickly down here. Six more overs to go after this one. Sutcliffe facing Hobbs, and he's hit it hard. It's gone for 4. It's beaten Meads down with the straight hit. Very powerful stroke. Brings up to 200. $42 to Sutcliffe, 29 to Compton. And now Knight is again taking his sweater, and Phelan is to come on. 25 runs needed, 6 overs to go. Phelan now bowling around the wicket to the left-handed Sutcliffe. Essex trying to keep runs down because Compton and Sutcliffe have got right up to the run rate they needed. There's a good hit and it's safe. Bears going after it. And it's 4 runs. .206, 20 runs needed, and Essex now badly need a wicket. Sutcliffe still has the strike. He's on 48 at the moment. Compton is on 30. .29 according to Michael Fordham. Hobbs still to continue from the far end. Field scattering. .208 runs on the board, chasing 225. Only 4 wickets down for the Cavaliers. Hobbs to Compton. He's hit it, and he's oh, he was so near to being out there. Smith got both hands to that, a very difficult chance. High to his right hand side, and that was the one Essex needed, Leary.
Yes, they've thrown it away absolutely.
There's a quick single, very well run by Denis, racing down the pitch there.
It needs must.
Oh, weird, it's a pleasure to see this fellow batting again. And there it is, but not swept very well. He swept it off the cue part of the bat. And he's out here. Pritchard's under that, and he's gone. Compton is out. He's out for 30. It's 210 for 5. Bailey to come in. Sutcliffe has just reached his 50. He made it in 26 minutes.
Well, 5 more overs, or is it 4 more overs? And 15 overs, and 15 runs to come. Look, quite easy. Somebody gets a hat, then it's going to be a tremendous match. But for the time being, Cavaliers are on top. Sutcliffe is 49, is he? He wants 1. He's got 50, and he has batted very, very well. And I think the Cavaliers have picked up the arrears in real great fashion. The 2 old-timers, Sutcliffe and Denis Compton, have done tremendously well against this bowling and this field that was set forth against them. So, back to you.
Yes, it was that partnership between Sutcliffe and Compton that swung the game for the Cavaliers. Trevor Bailey, the Essex captain, coming in at the moment, and what an interesting field setting it is for Trevor. He's Phelan bowling from this end, and every man is on the fence. And he got it to almost the only part where lost a man, but it's been cut off down there, and they're all coming in now for Bailey. It's Sutcliffe's 51st run. In fact, the board has him 50, but in fact he got his 50 some balls ago. And now they're crowding Trevor Bailey. It's slipped, 2 leg slips for Phelan to Bailey. They have a mid-wicket that is now going around to behind square leg. It's a very attacking field. Bailey smiling at this, but the Essex team intent on stopping them getting these runs, these 16 runs, in the remaining 4 overs. Phelan now to Bailey, and he's on the spot too, and, and Trevor acknowledges it. He couldn't get that away. Good cricket this now, if they can keep Bailey there and crowd him, avoid letting him get any runs. And it's there again, and Bailey can't get it away. It's spun quite sharply on him. Phelan holding a perfect length. Bailey cardigan with the Essex colours. Great all-rounder for England. Phelan now. Yes. Trevor had a word or two to say as he came down the pitch. Now, all the field spread out again to every part of the ground as Phelan bowls to Sutcliffe. He's got it away for only a single because Taylor's out there. And again, they come in with 14 runs needed. Fieldsmen come in to crowd Bailey. Three overs left after this ball. And he beat him in the flight, but Bailey was still good enough to get it away between the 2 close fieldsmen. It's the end of the over. Phelan now has bowled 8 overs for 41. 213 for 5.
Well, the Hoffman's award of 20 guineas and silver medallion to the man of the match is made by a public panel of 6. Mr. Ray Hinds is the chairman. Half an hour ago, you were worried, weren't you, in case Geoff Smith was the only man in it, but I gather now there are other considerations, are there?
Yes, we've had another talk about 10 minutes ago, and it's down to about 2 or 3 now.
I'll bet you had another talk. Thank you very much, Mr. Hinds.
Okay.
And to present the award this week, Mr. T.N. Pearce, former chairman of the England selectors. I'm wondering, sir, if you ever picked Denis Compton for a test match. Was he playing when you were on the board?
Yes, we managed to get him in, and he looks he could almost be playing now.
I wondered that was the case.
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed. A couple of overs to go. Let's see the end of the game.
Thank you.
Bowled him. 6 wicket has fallen. Bailey's been bowled by Hobbs. And this now is developing into a very exciting affair. Because there are 2 overs and 4 balls to go, Leary, and 9 runs to get.
It's odds on still on the Cavaliers, and Keith Boyce hits the ball hard. I don't know how he's going to play against Hobbs, but it's going to be very interesting. And if Hobbs pitches it up to him, then it will make it 223. But nevertheless, he will have spin on, and let's see what's going to happen. But I think the odds are on the Cavaliers.
Yes, I think they must be, because they still have wickets in hand. 6 wickets down for 217 the Cavaliers. Six for 218. Michael Fordham tells me the board's 1 out again. So there are 8 runs needed, and Hobbs comes into Boyce. And he's found the edge, but not enough either to get a wicket or to get a single. Keith Boyce facing Robin Hobbs. Oh, when he's hit that, it's a good blow, and it's going to be short of the fieldsman. And they're going to take 2. Yes, it'll be an easy 2. Good return. I see what you mean, Leary. That was a pretty powerful blow.
And he can hit it overhead as well, and to extra cover.
Let's see what he does with this one now. The effort was there and the intention was there, but this will be very interesting if another wicket falls, because there are 6 down. Essex have got to get another wicket probably in this over, because there are 2 overs to go after this. And it's well done, and no, umpire Gardner has given him in. That's square leg. It was well bowled by Hobbs. He flighted that into the air and deceived Boyce, and that was the wicket that Essex needed. 219 for 6, chasing 225, 2 overs to go. So they should get the runs quite comfortably if they don't lose any more wickets to come in after Boyce, Sainsbury, Bromfield and Butch White. Sainsbury, of course, quite a competent batsman. And now they're going to make Sutcliffe take a single to give Boyce the strike. And he's hit that hard and high, but he's going to be out because Bear's underneath it. And he's got it, and he's gone. Sutcliffe's gone. Now this is interesting, Leary. Sutcliffe didn't quite get onto that one, and Bear sat under it, made no mistake with the catch. And the Essex players now coming in around Phelan and discussing tactics, because they've got to try and decide now to whom they're going to give the strike, whether it's going to be Boyce or Sainsbury. There are 11 balls to go and 7 runs needed, so they can't really allow them to take a single off each ball. They've got to try and get wickets and keep the Cavaliers on the defensive. Odds still on the Cavaliers there?
Still on, and Boyce isn't going to look for a single, I can tell you that now.
Well, if he hits them like he hit one in the last over there, anyone could be in danger 2 streets away. Now Sainsbury's come in to join Boyce, and Brian Taylor, the captain, and Phelan discussing their field placing here and general tactics. There's one slip, and then I know this is very, very good thinking on Phelan's part. He's coming around the wicket to Boyce and going to change the angle of trajectory. He's going to push the ball across the right-hander. And that could be out. No, Pritchard's not quite been able to get it. He stopped it going for 4 though. It was a good effort to get to it because it was a very fiercely hit ball. That's 1 to Boyce. Takes him on to 3, and Sainsbury has the strike. Now he's coming over the wicket to Sainsbury. Ten balls to go, 5 runs to get. Sainsbury trying to sweep but not being able to do it. 9 balls to go and 5 runs to get. Sainsbury has strike at the far end, and Phelan is bowling to him. Umpire Gardner at this end. He's got that away for a quick single. Have to be quick because Hobbs is at it. He's thrown. There's no overthrows because Taylor's well behind it there, backing up it. Now it's 8 balls to go and 4 runs to get. Now Phelan again going around the wicket to Boyce. 2 men on the fence waiting for the lofted drive. 3 men on the fence. He's got that away and he's hit it hard. It won't go for 4 because Fletcher's coming around very fast. They've got 2. And Leary, if I had any money, I'd have it on the Cavaliers now too.
Yes, it's a tremendous match, nevertheless. Tremendous.
Boyce
Wicket
hitting
falls
very
now.
Boyce now faces Phelan. That's it, and it's safe. It's safe. It's just gone over Taylor's head, and they'll take 2. Taylor can't get it. They've got 2 runs. And it's over. The scoreboard at the moment says 225 for 7. In fact, it is 226 for 7, which is the required total, yes. In fact, they've won, but they don't know it out on the field. We're the only people that, because we're close to the scorers, and Michael Fordham's keeping his tally together with the scorers. And now to bowl the last over, with, according to the scoreboard, 1 run needed, is Pritchard, the fast bowler, and he's going to bowl to Sainsbury. Now there's a field setting here. It's meant to cut off singles in every direction. The slip is back to save 1. 4 others on the off, and in comes Pritchard. And just short. But that's interesting, Louis. If that man had been up there where he should have been, instead of saving 1, you would have had another wicket down.
But they're saving runs rather than getting the people out.
5 balls to go. 1 run needed. Hobbs coming in at cover to save 1, to save the short one. Four balls to go now. Last over of the day, the 40th over being bowled by Pritchard, the Cambridge fast bowler, bowling to Sainsbury, and 1 run needed. And there it is, he's got it, and that's it. And Boyce was down this end very, very quickly, and it's a good win for the Cavaliers. They played very well indeed. They deserved their win. It was made possible for them by the batting of Sutcliffe and Compton, 2 veterans of the side, and what a fine cricket match it was. Leary.
Yes, it's turned out as exciting as I thought it would, but it might have been either way. Easily the Essex side could have won, the Cavaliers have won, and it was a tremendous cricket match. I'm quite sure all those who saw this match know that this Sunday cricket is a great advance on the thinking that's going on. Scores are made, fielding sort of, you get a compensation for it, and the man who's the best on the day gets a very lovely souvenir of his cricket match. And back to you, Richie, it's been great.
Now the players are just going into the pavilion, and the man of the match award will be made in a moment, and presented by Tom Pearce. Crowd gathered in front of the pavilion there, and there it is. It's gone to Geoff Smith, the Essex batsman who played so well in the Essex innings. He was the one responsible for Essex being able to total their 225 so quickly. He made 57 runs before he was caught white and bowled Sainsbury. The result then, Essex made 225 in their first innings, and they were beaten by the international Cavaliers, who made 227 for 6 wickets in this match, sponsored jointly by the international Cavaliers and Rothmans of Pall Mall. The Cavaliers card, Gamsey made 31, Congdon 21, Livingstone 39, Reid 39, Compton 30, Sutcliffe 52, top scoring and playing very well indeed. He and Compton batted delightfully to make 79 in 26 minutes. Bailey 5, Boyce 7 not out, Sainsbury 1 not out, and they were the 2 batsmen in when the winning run was made. Pritchard none for 26 for Essex, Enmead's none for 6, Hobbs 3 for 55, Knight none for 41, Phelan none for 47, Smith 2 for 21, that's Geoff Smith, who just received the Man of the Match award, Fletcher none for 31 of 3 overs, and that wraps it up. It was a very, very fine cricket match. One of the features I thought was the absolutely magnificent fielding of both sides. It was quite something to behold. That and the running between the wickets of the players, together with their general cricket, batting and bowling, was well worth coming to watch. Good crowd saw it, and good crowd appreciated it, and I hope that all the viewers enjoyed it as much as I did with Sainsbury. The next match between the International Cavaliers and a county side will be on July 18 against a Derbyshire 11 in aid of Laurie Johnson's benefit fund. It'll be played on the county ground at Nottingham Road in Derby. So here from the Hoffman ground at Chelmsford, it's good afternoon from Sir Leary Constantine and myself, and we look forward to having you with us at the next one of these International Cavaliers matches. Good afternoon.